When Nadeem Babar Bhai and myself, we assumed this, one of our challenges in our sector was sitting down with the people and telling them that, listen, you have to keep on adding energy into the pipeline. There has to be incremental, cheaper form of energy that you have to keep on packing in. Why? Because we've got this latent demand. We've got this demand from a sector of the informal economy. And again, going back to that and putting things in perspective, a country like the United States, the European Union, which have very well-documented economies, but many people are not aware of the fact that for the European Union, about 18 to 20% of their economy is also in the informal sector. Why? The cash base, the mom and pop shops, the taxis. In the United States, it is also about 15%. So you can imagine the size of those economies, and 20% of the European Union economy, or 15% in the informal economy. So when you factor that into the equation, then, ladies and gentlemen, you have to provide for them. And the demand for the cheap energy is there. So if you go forward and we're looking at a downward trajectory in the prices of energy, and we are telling our people that stop thinking with blinders around your eyes, open your minds to the fact that in today's world, as you bring in more energy, we will be replacing the more expensive energy out of the pipeline. We'll be keeping it away. And it may be even cheaper just to make the capacity payments and bring in the renewable energy. Because once in our matrix of growth, the drivers of economic growth, energy is a major component. I don't have to tell this to this august audience. Once we bring that in, it just unleashes the sector. It gives tremendous impetus to our economy. That's where competition comes in. And our growth targets for the renewable energy sector, ladies and gentlemen, by the year 2025, what you saw, what Mr. Faizan projected, approximately 2 to 3% of renewable energy, we want to take it by 2025 to 20% of our energy mix. And by the year 2030, renewable energy, which does not include hydel, we are projecting it to reach 30% of our energy mix. Those are the changes that are taking place. Now, when we bring all this into the perspective of where technology is taking us, in the petroleum exploration sector, you're the experts here, ladies and gentlemen, but let me just add the component what Mr. Nadeem Babar also alluded to and mentioned in detail, artificial intelligence. And another component with that, when you factor that in, is quantum computing. The world
इस्लामाबाद में वज़ीर तवानाई उमर अयूब इस वक्त तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे हैं। उनकी जानिब से कहा गया कि मुल्क में सरमायाकारी में इजाफा हो रहा है, मुल्क में सनतों की पैदावार में इजाफा हो रहा है।